Squeezing under the Iron Curtain, we look inside Poland today. The devastation in Warsaw still shows the signs of yesterday. A day 20 years ago when Hitler attacked this gay old capital and launched the Great World War. The road to recovery has been hard and slow. Considering the ravage and destruction suffered by the Poles, progress has been good. Life has been insecure in Poland, but as we travel through this old city of Warsaw, we find the spirit of the Poles indomitable and their proud culture unblemished. One of the most prominent new buildings is the Cultural Palace. Always a festival at harvest time, or Poles would not be Poles. And the popular custom forces the communist leaders to yield to the magic of Polish music. The district of Poznań is also a very important stop on our tour. Here we see the city that gained worldwide attention when students and workers staged their brave uprising in protest against certain government measures. Traveling here today, we find an incredible state of normalcy. Even the livestock retain their independent manner. The young Poles, too, have kept their fun-loving ways. At Łowicz, we encounter a wedding party following a tradition as colorful as the countryside they ride through. The beautiful costumes are worn with dignity by the boys and girls proud of their Polish heritage. Unchanged by recent events, they love to celebrate on any occasion. A bridal dance is one of the best. First, according to folkways, the bridegroom pays respects to his brand new mother-in-law. Then he asks for an okay from the father-in-law. The old-timers make sure it's done properly. Here in central Poland, the very roots of these basically musical people can be traced. The polka, polonaise, and mazurka have come from this agricultural district. With all their love for accentuated rhythm and melodies in a minor key, they remain loyal to their famous composer Chopin and the classics he made immortal. Kraków has been the center of Polish culture since the 10th century. At the old university, one of the students, Nicholas Copernicus, was the creator of modern science. Their love of beauty and nature is expressed in the flourishing flower trade. Wawel Castle and other landmarks show the artistic contributions of many generations. But looking over the entire country, we can't miss the struggle that is going on to overcome their economic troubles. Inflation has forced men to work extremely hard to provide for their homes, even with the rest of the family working. Mother and grandmother also labor hard, more often than not at a man's job. To correct this situation and to restore the nation's economy, the government has launched a dramatic drive to produce more steel. The need for industrialization is strong, but Poland's main occupation remains agriculture, with little change in their methods. Naturally artistic people, their love of rural life is reflected in the brilliant decorations on the farmhouses. Their native talents extend to the barn. Church bells were like liberty bells in Poland, for in times of oppression, the people held on to their religion more devoutly than ever. The sacred Black Madonna is an object of their deep faith in Częstochowa. Cardinal Wyszynski, a symbol of appeasement between government and church, is comforting the blind here in Częstochowa, where pilgrimages take place today, just as they have for many hundreds of years. Next, we drive deep inside the Silesia region to make history with these first films. But in Katowice, our CinemaScope camera attracts just the slightest glance from one little fellow. In this section is one of Europe's richest coal fields with hundreds of mines. The miners here are paid very well, commensurate with the value of their product. Not enough for a Western car. That might take a lifetime of savings. Not only Poland, but all the countries of the Eastern Bloc rely on Polish coal. Journeying southward, we stop short of Czechoslovakia. In southern Poland, we meet an ancient tribe of people called the Górals. Famous as wood choppers, they're experts at navigating rafts or timbers down through the Tatra Mountains on the Dunajec River. Along the picturesque frontier, it is a delightful excursion. In the high areas, sheep raising is the only occupation. No trees can withstand the ever-blowing wind. Even their folk dance requires the sturdiest of men. And so we find the people true to their forefathers' traditions. Friendly people, generous, lovers of music and art. Their life is unfulfilled without freedom. But faithful to God, there is still hope inside Poland today.